Greetings. This is Skyler Saunders seeing what's current. Shannon. He calls it a shakedown. This is my question. This is thing. This is what's always been bothering me and what gets to my nerve. I mean, I think Tupac, he tried his best to explain the situation. No script, off the top of the dome, freestyling all the way his way. If you're not familiar with the story, Shannon Sharpe is being sued for $50 million by Jane Doe, who claimed that he sexually assaulted her I think it was a few years ago. He is claiming that he did not do that, and that Tony Buzbee, the same lawyer that had tried to hem Sean Jay-Z Carter up in a sexually explicit lawsuit with Sean Diddy Combs, Jay-Z called him an ambulance chaser, but it seems as though that he has a way with black men being some kind of super predators, should we say, preying upon women. He has some kind of agenda, it looks like. It's like a scene, like scenes from The Color Purple, like in high tech version, like a futuristic Color Purple or something like that. It's weird. But Shannon Sharpe, he gave a statement today saying that he's innocent, but it was like red. It was red. It was clearly him reading from a script, from some kind of prompt, some kind of teleprompt. He was clearly reading. It wasn't from off the dome. If he was from off the, maybe it's a benefit. But I just want to see someone say, "Look, I did nothing of the sort. I did no crime. I did no civil suit case. I'm completely wrongfully accused. I need to be excused from this case. I didn't do a damn thing. It's not my fault. This person was hurt by somebody else. That's their problem. I didn't do anything. That's how I did. I didn't say that off of a script or anything like that." He's like, "Friends and family, I just wanted to say that I did not do any of the actions that." I'm just paraphrasing, but you could tell he was reading it. You could tell it wasn't from off the dome. It wasn't freestyle. And it's just like, okay, at least he gave a statement. But I'm just trying to remember. The last person I remember is Tupac. Tupac standing outside the courthouse, and there's like 10, dozens of microphones in his face, and they're all trying to get his assessment of the trial. He had a similar trial. I think he had a sexual assault case too, but he went to jail. He was found guilty for one of the charges. He had criminal charges. But I just want to know. Let me know, people out there, whoever you are, 3 people viewing right now, whoever you are, please let me know why people don't just say, "Is it the lawyer? Is it the glasses thing? Is it kind of like the glasses thing? Like, oh, the lawyer said, oh, you know what? You should wear glasses on your day trial. The jury's gonna look at you and say, oh, that's an intelligent, thoughtful human being. Oh my goodness." And it's like, really? Is that the case? Rick James finally comes through. He says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we will try to again fact. After a broken stream yesterday, causing an improper testimony for our dearly loved Pope, amen, the man under the black hat is back to bring you the latest in urban," and that's all he's got. And urban. So Shannon Sharpe. I mean, this is that classic thing. This is classic. Bill Cosby was gonna buy NBC. Well, no, you're not, nigger. What you're gonna do is you're gonna sit back and you're gonna sit down and for at least 3 years in prison, and now you're released, but you're not gonna get an NBC. There's no way you're gonna get NBC now. That boat is floated, and that's only a rumor. I'm not even sure if that's true. Shannon Sharpe, I don't think you're talking to the same person there, sir. Shannon Sharpe, the football player. What are you talking about, Rick James? You on that PCP? You on that water? So I mean, this is wild. So he gave the statement, and I'm just like, I'm scratching my head. Bamba Clues, what's up? Why isn't it Bamba Clot anymore? What's happened to the Bamba Clot? Why is it Bumba Clue? But anyway, he says yeet. Let me give these people work. And let me get into my advertisers. My advertisers include LifeStrongApparel.com. Go there for all your raw CMOS needs. Go there for CMOS gel and even snapbacks. And hit my man Pang up and tell him that he's already saying the yummy gummies. But that SkySaunders, the silly guy SkySaunders, sent you there. Go to LifeStrongApparel.com. Also, Bayha Jackson on YouTube. Go to Bayha Jackson's page on YouTube and make sure you like and comment. And if you're not subscribed, subscribe. And also, it's PHANG, sir. If you sardines on the grill, near beer, sardines on the grill, near beer, and hookers. Not hookers, strippers. I'm looking at the screen. He says hookers, strippers, female strippers. If you're into that, so what's not to like? It's not hookers, Rick James. You got stuff all mixed up, and he doesn't do the gummies anymore. He's not doing the gummies. He's got to reformulate the process. Yeah, ha ha ha. But So, and my other sponsor is .focus, DOTFOCUS_. He's a master in the game of Call of Duty. If you like first-person shooters, you can look at his page on Twitch and check out his YouTube page as well at .focus_, 1_, not a long bar. But just enjoy that, and I thank my sponsors. Tell them that the silly guy SkySaunders sent you. All right, so Shannon Sharpe. He's reading. He's a reading nigga. At least he sounded out the words. He didn't misspell. He didn't mistake anything. This may have been his 15th take. I don't know what take it was, but he was clearly reading from a prompt. They have that on your phone now. They have I saw that on Instagram. They have a prompt that you can show on your phone when you're doing your post. I don't know how to do that. I don't even know if I want to do that. But he did it. He was reading. He was clearly reading. Maybe somebody was holding cue cards. I don't know what the deal was. He can read, though. He's a reading nigga. But, yeah, like I was saying, like the Cosby thing, he had a deal worth $100 million with a media company. Media company had $100 million on the table. This one is asking for $50 million. That's going to take him a few years to recoup that, even if he has to pay it out. If he has that already, which I'm sure he probably has, he's got it from his football career and his time on, I think, ESPN with Skip Bayless, if I'm not mistaken. He's on, was it F Sports 1 or something like that. But now he's on the internet. He had huge views. He had a lot of money coming in last year with the Cat Williams interview, and also Monique, and among others, Marlon Wayans. He's giving top dollar. He's doing the damn thing. I gotta give him credit. He's doing the damn thing. He had a minor slip up that caused a major stir. He said, "Well, when they talk about me going out with young boys." Or young men. He's a young men. He said, when I go out with young men, what I say? What I say? What I say? What I say? Football players get paid more than doctors. Let that sing. Exactly. It's because of the concentration. There's a hell of a lot more doctors than there are football players. It's concentration. And also the economy of sporting events. There's a high demand for sporting events. Sadly, it's a higher demand than for medicine. We don't put that much, money into medicine as we do with our sporting. But that's just the way of the economy. That's just the reality. That's just the truth. So it's very, very distressing. This whole SA grape, stuff. I'm trying to clean it up. Sexual assault and rape. Oh my God, I said it. I probably won't say it once I get that 1,000 subscribers and 3,000 watch hours. I probably won't be saying it too much. Excuse me. It's an upside down. Well, it's not upside down. It's just a fact. It's just a fact of reality. It's just the truth. It's just true. Football players, create more value for the market than doctors do. It's just a fact. It's just the reality. You shouldn't be able to, say, oh well. And that's the first thing out of any parent's mouth. You could be a doctor or a lawyer. You could be a doctor or a lawyer. Then they say, well, if you play sports, maybe you can be a football player. You can be a basketball player. They don't say baseball or hockey so much. The other two of the big four. They don't even say NASCAR. They don't say, tennis or lacrosse or something like that, Basketball or football. That's how you do it. But Shannon Sharpe, oh my God. I mean, it was sad to see. I mean, it's like, why didn't I suspect this is not written down in stone that he wrote from a prompter. It certainly appears as though he had his hands clasped and his fingers clasped together. He was talking very direct, very pointed into the camera. But yeah, so this is just another black man, and the same thing as that's conspiracy, or is it conspiracism? That when a black man wants to buy something, buy a team, buy a network, or buy something, he's getting shot down. He can't own majority control over the team or have outright ownership of the team. Let me make sure of that though, because let me make sure. Because Michael Jordan has a majority stake in the Chicago Hornets, then the Bobcats in 2010, and served as their major owner for 13 years until he sold his stake to a group led by Gabe Plotkin and Rick Schnall in 2023. While Jordan will retain a minority ownership stake, the new group who now controls the team. So even Michael Jordan, he had it for 13 years. That's pretty cool. So it kind of erases that whole myth. I think it's a myth more than anything. It's not really that true that black men seek out networks and teams and very expensive properties and oh my God, here comes some woman from the past saying she got raped in the restroom stall in a gas station or something like that. And then everybody's like, oh my God. And they're like, well, there goes that deal. I mean, Rick James says black men are still enslaved in America, whether you like it or not. Well, not really. Maybe enslaved mentally. Mentally, they're enslaved. There could be, but not physically. When you walk down the street, New York, in New York, maybe you don't see the white man homeless. It's all black men. No, there's white and black, just like the late great Paul Mooney said, you'll never find a yellow person or maybe even too many brown people or red people. Maybe he didn't say red people. I'm adding sauce. But, he said, lazy niggas and lazy white folk. Lazy white people and lazy niggas. That's all you see. with the signs. God bless, anything helps. I'm an American veteran of the United States of America. You get into a car crash and you try to read this stuff. You're sitting on the side of the road, like, read my stories. Read my stories. I talk about one page, a one pager, a page that sets them up for whatever career is in their sight. They can be sweeping up floors. They can be a CEO of a corporation, whatever is in their future, whatever fits them. One page. That's all it takes. But anyway, back to Shannon Sharpe. I just want him to speak from the soul, from the mind, from the spirit. And I don't mean that mystically. I wanted him to speak from his thoughts. It looks like it was teleprompted or cue cards. He didn't seem very. He seemed very forthright, and he seemed very composed and confident. But it just didn't seem like it was. He seemed sincere, even. But it didn't seem like it was like. It seemed like it was a microwave rather than an oven meal. If you understand what I'm saying, you know what I mean? Like it was like too. It was too quick. It was too. I mean, it heated up and it tastes good from the microwave, but I would rather the oven. Have an oven. So I think with Rick James says Shannon Sharpe was screwed from the beginning. Having a lady's name was born to screw him in life back. I have a man's name, but more so women have taken the name Skyler more than men. Same thing with Madison. Like James Madison, like it's a surname, from a man, but some women, that's like one of the top 10 names. Madison, Maddie, or Ashley was a male's name before the 20th century. Kyle, I don't know, maybe Kyle, maybe I don't know, maybe. I don't know too many female Kyles. Not too many. I'm sure you have, Rick James. I'm sure you have. He says, I met a couple of men. Ashley. He meant to say named. But I was about to say, they're all ladyboys. This is Shannon Sharpe's slip-up. When he said, when I go out with young men, they look at me funny and they're like, what I say? What I say? What I say? You said what you meant, sir. This is what you need to do. You need to, hustle up. It's not a criminal trial, so I don't think there's no extradition or anything like that. Maybe, for a warrant for a civil suit? Is that even? I mean, do they serve you papers? Are you served? Are you served in subpoena? And you get a civil suit? Has it already been sent? I was gonna say I've been watching The White Lotus, and they talk about lady boys in Thailand and stuff like that. That's where you need to be, Shannon, right now. You need to be in lady boy heaven. You need to be in a place where you'll be accepted for who you truly are. You can be somebody that is very attuned to the atmosphere of Thailand and all the men and ladies, the women, men and lady boys, and just living in what they call paradise. A lot of people think it's paradise, Thailand, and those islands and those different places in Asia. So that's where Shannon Sharpe needs to be. He had that was a slip. That was a huge slip, and nobody said pause. It was like they were ready for him to say it. They're like, yeah. Yeah, you said men. I don't know what his name is. I can't remember what his name was, but he said you said men. Like you meant that. Like that wasn't like it seemed like it wasn't even a slip. It was a slip on his part, but the way he said it was just it's kind of goofy. So I think I have my road dog in here, Rick James. He's the only one watching right now. 5 likes. 1 like. What am I, Rick James? Oh, 2 viewers. 2 viewers, 5 likes. So Shannon Sharpe. Exactly. Not mad. Exactly. So Shannon Sharpe. Oh my God. I mean, you can make those conspiracies or conspiracisms or conspiracy theories, whatever the case may be, but I don't think most of them hold weight. Because, the Jay-Z and Tony Buzbee thing was a complete train wreck for Buzbee. Like, I was thinking, like, Jay? Not Jay. I can see Diddy, because Diddy is Diddy. That's all I can say. But Jay is like, he's trying to keep his nose clean. He had probation up until like 2006, I think, or something like that, from the stabbing of Lance Rivera back in 1999 or 2000. Was it 99 or 2000, something like that? And so you're right, Rick James. It's 2 now. I see 2 now, but he's been trying to keep his nose clean. He's trying to stay out of jail. Got 2 passports. I'm never going to jail. So he's trying to keep out of the idea of ever being put behind bars. So many of his colleagues have already done that. From Lil Wayne to T.I. and so many others. But Jay-Z has never been to prison. He might have spent a little bit of time in jail, I think, a little bit, while they were processing or something like that. But that's about it. That's all it was. That's all that was. So Shannon Sharpe, standing on, business, standing on, 10 toes down. Texas is in here. That's why I put it in quotes. You notice I put it in quotes. I don't see Texas. You make those claims, sir. You make a lot of claims, and you back it up most of the time. You give me an article, I'm like, all right, cool. That's even if it's not, factual, and it doesn't make too much sense. You usually say, the reality. Foreheads. Let's have a party. Now it's back to 3 now, but I'll take the 3. It's Texas, Rick James, and somebody else that's not saying anything. But yeah, so that's why it's a party. That's why it's a party. But anyway, Shannon Sharpe, I mean, successful black man and trying to do something in life beyond just the football field. He was gonna get $100 million from this media company. I can't recall it right now. I don't know why. Hold on. I can probably look it up real quick. $100 million. It's a podcast deal. Oh no. I don't need you to say it. Shannon Sharpe podcast deal. Because his volume contract is expiring soon. For Club Shay Shay, $100 million payday. The Club Shay Shay is going in. I'm trying to find where it is. I can't find it. It doesn't matter. But he was trying to do $120 million. Shannon is too famous. He's very zesty. Yeah, he is. He's a zesty kind of guy. He's very zesty. His name is a perfect fit for him. Well, I don't know, because like I said, I have a name that has become overtaken. In the 19th century, there was a vice president called Skyler Colfax. He was a man, so obviously, so I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't put somebody's name on their behavior or whatever their expressions are, or whatever their actions are. Use SD2 Sky. Oh no. You think I'm zesty, honey? Texas said use SD2 Sky. I never claimed to say I was with young men, though. Honey. Yeah, that's right. We all know that's not an act. We all know that's not an act. Yeah, well, I've never had any experiences with another man sexually or anything like that ever in my life, so I don't have to worry about it. I've only been with one woman. One woman, that's it. Only been with one woman. Virginia says, I have. I'm sure you have, sir. It's probably during your service or when you were in Vietnam or something like that. You were all together, walking through a minefield, keeping each other close so you don't hit anything. Yeah, but that woman was born a man, though. Yeah, I knew you were going to say that. I have a short story about in the future, everybody's going to be having their sex rearranged. So you can't say that you weren't a man. You can't say you weren't a woman or a female or a male. You have chromosomes. Obviously, you can't change your chromosomes that I know of. I mean, I didn't put that in the story, but no, she was not born a man. No, she was definitely a woman. Born a boy. She wasn't born a boy. She definitely wasn't born a man, though. You don't come out of the womb as a man. Mr. James, I pray for you, good sir. I don't need no rocks crying out for me. I don't need no rocks crying out for me. That's for sure. Rick James with the emojis. Oh my God. Crazy. Shannon Sharpe, he had, everything riding for him. Everything, going for him. $100 million plus. $100 million. That's nothing to sneeze at. $100 million is a good amount of money. That's a good amount of money. That's not billions. It's not tens of billions. Not hundreds of billions. It's $100 million. $100 million. Who wouldn't want $100 million? It was probably spaced out over, 10 years or something like that. You get $10 million a year or something like that. But from the idea of being a broadcaster, just saying ideas and thoughts into a microphone, you get paid $100 million. It's amazing. This has been one hell of a show so far. In fact, I appreciate it, Frank James. First it was Skip Bayless. Not it's Shannon's turn. He meant to say now. Now it's Shannon's turn. It's Shannon's turn. I guess. I don't know. He just is very, Club Shay Shay, hey, all that. It's not going to help him. But at least he already wears glasses for the most part. It's not like going to be a jarring kind of like, damn, why are you wearing glasses? Yeah. Oh yeah, he always wears glasses. Was he prepared for something like this, just in case he had to go to court? Club Shay Shay is definitely sus. Texas says. Oh my God. Yeah, he did that himself. He might have been born Shannon. He probably didn't want to change his name. You can be like, all right, I understand. That's a man's name too. I get it. But Shay. Ooh, no, honey. Honey. So, yeah, so Shannon, he's gonna be wearing glasses. If he goes to court, Shay is gay. If he goes to court, he's gonna be wearing those glasses. That's a fact. But I don't know if the case will be thrown out or not. Maybe the case will be thrown out. I don't know. I have no idea what will happen with this certain case. I don't think that he will be as, composed. He like I said, he stumbles over his words. He has quote unquote slips. He slips and says, "When I'm with young men," word, you with young men? What I say? What I say? What I say? What I say? You said clearly, sir, and I'm with young men. They don't ask the same question or something like that. I was like, okay. Shannon lawyer is the same lawyer that's representing the female suing Jay-Z. No. You got it all mixed up, sir. Shannon's lawyer is not the woman representing the female suing Jay-Z. That you're talking about Tony Buzbee? Tony Buzbee is the lawyer that's helping to sue Shannon Sharpe. See, if I didn't correct these people, they would just go on. But yes, Tony Buzbee is against Shannon Sharpe. Tony Buzbee is the guy that's going against Shannon Sharpe and Jay-Z. But yeah, I'm just thinking about the various ideas. I'm thinking about Bob Johnson selling BET for $1 billion. He pocketed like $700 million or something like that. Then he got divorced and that got chopped down $300 million or something like that. It's crazy. Buzbee doing the Lord's work. Buzbee is an ambulance chaser. He's an ambulance chaser. Buzbee is a problem. He is an issue. He's a Marine, but he's like, and it's like once a Marine, always a Marine, but sometimes you're not. Like Lee Harvey Oswald, he stopped his Marine life when he gave JFK his last haircut. That was when Lee Harvey Oswald ended his Marine Corps life. Multiple people, other people have done terrible things and not been able to recover and become or keep the mantle of Marine for their name. Pow. So, what is allegedly? I don't even understand what you're saying allegedly before. But Buzbee is he seems like he just is searching. He's searching. He's suspect and searching for the answers, as Mr. Choice-Star Terrain would say. Looking suspect and searching for the answers. Was Harvey ever found guilty? He was killed. Jack Ruby shot him in his belly, and he bled out. Gotta know your history, sir. Gotta know your history. There was no chance for a trial because Jack Ruby, I think it was Rubenstein actually. Jack Rubenstein shot him and killed him right before any process could happen. Exactly. Pseudonym Slander is good name. What do you mean Slander is good name? He killed the president. He's from Fort Worth like me. Oh, so you're a collectivist. Okay, you're a tribalist. Just because somebody is from somewhere, you mean that they have to have the same morals, ethics, and values and virtues as you, and you have to claim whatever they do, even the most heinous criminals in all of human history, you have to claim them just because they're from Fort Worth? Is that rational, sir? Is that true? He's from Fort Worth. He was a dirty commie to me. That's what I understood him as. He was a communist. He was never found guilty of shooting the president, so it was never proven. Oh my God! And you live in near Dallas, Texas. You know exactly where the spot is where the president was shot. And you saying that Lee Harvey Oswald should get another fair shake. Should get a fair shake. Should be able to go to a his DNA or something like that. Should be admitted into court or something. I don't know. Or you watched JFK too many times. I don't know what happened. I only deal in fact, not assumption. Well, Jesus coming off the cross or the post, as it really is. Jesus coming off the post, is that a fact? Is that true? Coming into resurrection? We're just coming out of a resurrection Sunday. Did he really resurrect? Did he really come off? Did he really roll away did they really roll away the stone and nothing was there? And he ascended into this fantasy land called heaven? Is that right? Or is that true? That's an historical fact. What's an historical fact? What is an historical fact? What are you talking about now? What is an historical fact? I'll wait. Give me a moment. What's the historical fact, sir? Son of the Sun 90, salute to you. I need y'all to bring in more people so we can have a party. I want to have a party in here. I want the live chat to just be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. People saw Jesus dies. Then 3 days later, they saw him again. If it wasn't true, why would people have died for a lie? Because it's mysticism, sir. It's mythology. It's Christian mythology. That's exactly what it is. Nothing more, nothing less. Same thing with the Greek mythology, Roman mythology, Egyptian mythology, all of them. It's all mysticism. It's all mythical. All right, we have somebody in the building. Y'all have wrenches. Everybody else has a wrench. Who doesn't have a wrench? One of these is not like the other. Where did Jesus go? Was it his soul they seen? Yeah, I don't know. But there are reports from the Bible that said he came back. So he already came back. He resurrected, went to heaven, and then came back to earth and showed his scars. See, this is what's interesting. Why would he still have scars if he is sitting into heaven? So when you go to heaven, you have your scars and stuff like that when you die. Just goofy. Just real goofy. Real goofy. I have money to... Oh, yeah, thank you. No, there is written evidence. Where is this written evidence, Texas? Please let me know. Where is this written? Yeah, out of here, exactly. Yeah, send it now. He's out of here. The Dead Sea Scrolls found in 1948. They gave contradiction to some of the scrolls that were in the King James version of the Bible, the New King James version. So you have to pick your poison, sir. What was I gonna say about I can't remember what I was gonna say. Dead Sea Scrolls. Oh, the infancy. What is it? Script is. Hold on. Infancy. Infancy Gospel of Thomas. Read that. Read the Infancy Gospel of Thomas. You might get a different understanding. Just might. But anyway, back to Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe He's going. If he goes to court, he's going to be wearing glasses. He's going to be sitting there. He's going to be sitting there like, how many young men did I go out with today? What I say? What I say? What I think? Was I thinking out loud? He's gonna be looking around. He's gonna be thinking. Even points like this. This is the ultimate thinkers. I mean, I don't have my glasses with me. I wish I had my glasses with me, but this is the ultimate thinker's pose. Just the one finger up, the thumb tucked under the chin, and the remaining 3 fingers just hanging off like this. Just Malcolm X, I think, had a photograph of him just like this with the glasses on, the black rimmed glasses. Just very. Son to son, we starve for the yay story. Nope, you are Jewish, so you don't. That's the topic. No, I don't. The yay story is I don't know what the hell. I read some things I didn't want to read. He was talking about being with his cousin, a male. That was special. He could just be trolling, but I don't think so. I think this has actually happened. But he just is a hound. He's a notoriety. He's a complete notoriety. He's talking about me. Son to son 90 is talking about me. Texas. He's saying I'm Jewish. I'm not talking about, but I'm doing the story that you sent me. I appreciate that. Respect. Son to son 90. You dropped this in my lap. I appreciate it. I'm doing it. No, I'm not a Jew, but I wish I was. I'd be having a lot more money. No, that was racist. That was anti-Semitic. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. Ha ha, hee hee. But I'm not a Jew. I respect the Jewish diaspora, the Jewish identity. How there's such a small fraction of the globe. Last time I checked, I think there was like 5 million Jews. 5 million in the world. But what are they? Doctors, lawyers, film producers, television script writers, accountants, haberdashers, clothing makers. They're some of the most productive people on the planet. Philosophers. Ayn Rand was raised as a Jewish